now we'll be learning about assertions. So what is assertion? So what is the end point of any testing you do? Maybe it's a manual testing, or maybe it's a whatever testing you do. The end point is you have to match the expected result at the actual result. We have already discussed it also, but I'm again telling you what is assertions. Okay. So assertion is that we are trying to compare something. If I'm trying to compare something, and when it matches, my test is pass. In manual testing also, if I want to compare that my expected result and the actual result is matching, then I pass it. So that is also one assertion. Assertion is the endpoint where I match something. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, so what are the different kind of assertions we have? So what are the different kind of assertions we have? Let's see. So let's see, we have checkbox here. No. So let's go with our page which we have designed. So we'll have all the checkbox, everything. So we can see what are the different type of assertions. Okay. So this is actually you have to use in every test you design. Because without assertion, there is no point of automation or manual testing itself. Because at
Right.
the end, you have to match that, yes, what I am expecting is exactly what actual result is. Okay. Now, let's use this one. Let me create one more file. Assertions. That's pay dot English. Okay. Now, the first is to be visible. If I want to check whether a particular web element is visible or not. So for that, what I can do, I can get a locator for that web element. Then I can check whether that particular web element is visible or not. Okay. Let's say this particular web element I want to check. Username just one of three. So where is username? That we have username. Okay. In text we don't have. So here in placeholder we have username. So I can use get by text. So what I can do always paste.locator. So what is the syntax? Await expect. Okay. Paste get by text. Vision. Okay. So first type is to be visible. If I want to check a particular web element is visible or not. So what is the syntax? Expect, await, expect, paste whatever locator I want to use. I used Playwright inbuilt locator or I using get by text username. Dot to be visible. So it will check whether a web element is visible or not. Okay. So let's run it. So let's see what is happening for the first assertion. One passed. Why? Because
Yep.
it was visible, so it got passed.
Yes.
Okay. Now there is one more thing I can check, that I can check whether it is hidden or not. Let's say that I give one some random value here. Let's see it is hidden or not. It is, first one is visible. Second one is to be hidden. To be hidden. Okay. Let's see what is happening. See, one passed. As we don't have any web element of this particular parameter, so you can check also. There is no such web element where text is this value 0 of 0. So to be hidden, it is passing. Okay.
Yep.
Now this one to be checked. Let's say there is a checkbox or a radio button. I want to first check it and then validate whether it is checked or not. Okay. So what I can do? Await base dot locator dot click. So I have checked it. Okay. Now, once I have checked it, I can also check whether a particular radio button or checkbox is checked or not. So for that, what I have to do is await expect locator dot to be checked. Okay. Dot to be checked. So what it will check? Whether a particular web element is checked or not. Okay. Let's
Yep.
run it. It's loading. That's why it has not checked. See, now it checked. So
Yep.
it will also pass that. See, one passed. That means it will check whether a particular web element is checked or not. Okay. Now, let's say I want to uncheck that. Okay. So always remember, then I have to check that it is not checked. Yes or no? I have to check that it is not checked. So to check it is not checked, I can use
Yep.
dot not dot to be checked. That means it will just do the opposite of to be checked.
Okay.
This dot not will be applicable for everyone. So if to be visible is there, I can use dot not dot to be visible. Then it will check that it is not visible. Similarly, to be hidden, dot not dot to be hidden. So it will check it is not hidden. Okay, so dot not is applicable for all the assertions. If you use that, it will just reverse what that particular assertion will do. Understood?
Yes.
If I use dot not, it will just reverse what particular assertion will do. Clear?
Yes.
Let's run it. See, one passed. So it's unchecked it. So I am checking that it is not checked. So it is passing it. Okay. Now, if I want to check whether a particular text, visible text, what is the visible text? Okay. So let's say this one. So it has some class name. Let's use that. One of one. Dot. Okay. So now what I can do is I can check whether a particular web element has certain text or not. Okay. Understood? So for
Second
that,
text.
let's, sorry,
You said like second text, right?
visible text. Yeah. That
We
means
are
I will,
checking like if the visible text has second text or not. That's what you said, or something else.
now I am checking whether the text what I am checking here. Okay. What text is present here? Open the terms and condition, right? Visible text. Yes
Yep.
or no?
Yep.
So I want to check whether that text is present or not. So for that, what I'll
Okay.
do is So paste dot locator, I'm getting that locator. So here I'll use to content text dot. So here I'm checking visible text. I can check for other thing also. If I'm taking a particular text, so I'll be using this to content text. Okay. So here, let's say in content text, what I can use the part of the text also. No need of using the whole thing. I can use open the terms. That's also it will work. Okay. If I use part of the text also, it will match the part of the text. Okay.
Okay.
But there is one more function which will exactly match what is the text. So that also we'll see. First, let's run it. Let's see what is happening. Is it working or not? Till it passed. That means it is matching a part of the text. But there is one more function. If I use that, if I match part of the text, it will not work. I have to match the exact text. So that is dot to have text. Now you'll see it will fail now. Because to have text will match the exact text. Okay. Now see. Now I'll see it will fail. It is why it is waiting. We already know. See, it failed.
Yep.
Where it failed, it failed here. So it is telling that expected is open the term, but what we received open the terms and condition because it matched the exact text. So it is expecting the whole text.
Okay.
Okay. So what we have to do is we have to give the entire text if I want to use to have text. Understood?
Yes.
Now see. Now if I run, it will pass. See, one passed. So in to have text, you have to give the exact text, else it will not work. Understood?
Yes.
Now, to have value. So there is one more uh, assertion which will check the value attribute. Okay, which will check the value attribute value. This is our option tag. So this to have value will work only with the input tag. So I have an input tag here. So it will work here. So let's edit it in our HTML page. Then we can use that. Okay, so let's see. So there are a lot of assertions. So I am discussing which is widely used. Okay, sure. Let's say this is the input tag. So it is telling that it will work only with input tag. Sure, let me give a value here. But let's say I give 12 only. That's it. Control S. Now just refresh the page. Now I have an input tag in which I have a value 12. So
Yep.
let's see, is it working or not now? Because I have changed, I'm giving the input tag locator here. So make it 12. See, one passed. So to have value will check the value attribute value only for those web element whose HTML tag is input. Understood?
Yes. So input tag is just to for the fields which we have to input the value in it, right?
No, input tag is for your text area, it is for your checkbox, it is for your radio button, also an input tag, right?
Right. Okay. So like that, like where we have to give some input.
Yeah. Yeah, means we have already discussed in the HTML page, right? Which all are input tags. So that is what.
Yes.
So your checkbox, radio button, your input text, all these are input tag. Okay.
And the option tags were for the drop down, right? For the in
For
the
the
drop
drop
down.
down. Yeah, for the drop down. Correct.
Okay.
Now, if I want to test any attribute, doesn't mean it may be ID, it may be class, it may be href, it may be value, it may be type, it may be anything, any attribute value. If I want to match, then there is one more method, that is to have attribute. So you have to just give the attribute and the attribute value. That's it. So if I go to this particular web element, so you'll see what is my attribute and attribute value. So here I can test any attribute. So if I go here, okay, my attribute href I want to test. So I have given href here. I have given href here. So here value I have to give whatever value I have given there. What value I have given there? Flipkart.com. So this value I have to give. Okay. Sure, then it will pass. So this value I have to give. So here I'll come and give that particular value. Okay. So here in this method, in this to have value, there is a restriction. I have to use, I can only check the value attribute value and that too, which is input tag web element, HTML tag input. Okay. But here I can take any web element, I can take any attribute and its value I can compare here. Okay. So let's run it.
Sorry for joining late.
Okay. Okay. No problem. We're discussing assertions. See, one passed. Okay. So it is what? It can match any attribute value. Understood? Yes or no? Ankit?
Yes. Yes.
So anywhere you want to just do the reverse, what you have to do? Just use dot .NET, which we have used. Just you want to just do the reverse, that use dot .NET. That's it. That means here, if I want to use dot .NET, what I can tell, I can give some random value here. That means it doesn't contain that value. So I can use dot .NET. Clear? So what we have discussed till now is what we will be doing in what web element. Okay. Now, if I want to do something at the page level, then what I'll do? Let's see. So this I'm doing what? At the web element level, yes or no? I'm checking everything for the web element level here. If I want to do at the page level, that means if I want to check whether why this pop-up is coming in and let's say if I want to check, okay, if I want to check whether this particular page, whatever I did is just at the web element level. Here you saw. Yes or no? I did at the web element level. Yes or no? Now,
Yes.
if I want to do at the page level, that means I want to check whether the page has a title. So title is what? If I hover over it, it is showing something here, right? Demo.html or something. So that if I want to check, if you hover over it, it will show online shopping India camera. So that is the title. If you hover over it, it will show demo site web table. We know text. So that is the title. For this is demo1.html. This is the title. So if I want to check the title of the page, or if I want to check the URL, what URL it has opened. So for that, we'll see how to do that. Till now, what we did is at the web element level in the page. But if I want to do at the page level itself, so what I can do is I can check. These are the page level. Await, expect. Page start. You have URL. Okay. So whatever URL is open, that I can check it is there or not. Okay. The next is I can check expect to have title. What is the title I have? Demo1.html. Demo1.html. Okay. So this I can check. So I can check at the page level I'm checking. So this I am checking at the web element level. When I do page.locator, that is web element. When I'm doing just page, that means this I'm checking at the page level. So let's run it. Something failed. What failed? Let's see. Okay, it doesn't have any title. Sure. Actually, it doesn't have any title. This page doesn't have any title. So you can see it is showing the title, then it is showing flipkart.com. If you hover about it, it is showing the title online shopping India mobile camera lifestyle and online something, then flipkart.com. First title, then the URL. Here, if you see, it is directly showing the URL. That means it doesn't have the title itself. But I was checking, I was giving something, so it failed. So if you don't give anything, as it doesn't have any title, so it will pass. Because it don't have title. So we'll run it. Let's see what happens. So it passed. Okay. As it doesn't have a title, so I'll give it blank. So it will pass. Clear? Yes, or
Yes.
no?
Yes.
Now, let's say I can also check. Okay. I can also check two values. Here what I'm doing. I'm doing something at the page level. I'm doing at something at the, let's say, web element level. But let's say there is a requirement that if I get some value, let's say here also, if I want to check whether the title I'm not my test case is that I'm checking that there is no title for that page. Okay, I want to check that there is no title for that page. So what I can do, I can check that the value of the title is null. Understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
So for that, what I can do? First, I can get the title for that. Then I can use assertion to check whether I can that value is null or not. Okay. So let's say const title is equal to await page dot title. Okay. So what I can do? Expect title to be null. That's it. I can do. This also I can do. Or let's say I can also, if I want to do some normal value, that is expect 2 plus 2 is equal to be 4. That also I can do. So this is, I'm comparing values. Here I'm not wait. See, for this page thing and for this web element thing, I have to wait for that action to happen. But here what I'm doing in this two thing, it doesn't have to wait. Okay. So it will just compare two values. There is one value, another value I am comparing. That's it. Here what will happen? let's say in this particular line, so what will happen? It will wait. It will wait for 30 seconds, whichever time we have given in the package.json. For that time, it will wait till 30 seconds. It will try to find that it is checked or not. If it doesn't find out after 30 seconds, it will fail. But till 30 seconds, it will wait. But here, there is no concept of waiting in this particular thing. When you just compare two values, because there are already two values, it will compare either it is pass or fail. That's it. There is no auto retrying or auto waiting here. But in all these above things, when you are doing at the web element or page level, it has to wait and it has to retry till the time we have given. Understood? Yes or no? Ankit, Sharanya?
Yes.
So
Yes, yeah.
when I'm comparing just two values, there is no why it will auto retry or auto wait for that time, because there are two values I'm comparing. That's it. But in web element level or page level, when I'm doing, I have to wait for that time. If it doesn't find it, if it find it, then it will do suddenly. But if it doesn't find it, then also it will wait for that particular 30 second or 40 second. Then it will. Okay, let's run it. One failed, why it failed? So every time something fails means it will learn something. So what it is telling here? C is not iterable. Okay. Now see. What I did, two content. Two content means what it will do? It will check. We have used two content, right? Two content text. So what two content text will do? It will check whether that particular part is there or not. That particular part of the text is there or not. Same thing we have used to content, but it is not text. You can also see it. I'll just move this up. So what does to content will do? Ensure this value is an array or set. But this is not an array, right? This is a value. So here also I have to use to be. Here also I have to use to be. That means just I'm comparing the value. That's it. If I use two content means I am checking that particular value is in a particular array or not. But here I have not given the array in the argument. I'm giving a direct value. So here also I'll be using to be. Now if I run it, then you can see it will pass. See, now it passed. So here in title, we don't have any value. So let's try one more thing, that it is not having any value. So let me try to be null. That means it is not having any value. So it is working or not. Let's see. One failed. So where it is spelling? To be null, it is spelling. That means you cannot use to be null here. Okay. Null, empty value doesn't mean it is null. Okay. In string, if it is empty string, doesn't mean it is null. Null means it has to have that value null. Then only it will work. So don't confuse with that. That there is no value means it is null. No. Null means it has to be null. Then only it will work. That means, let's say const e is equal to null. Now if I use e to be null, maybe it will pass. Let's see. Now see, it passed. That means don't confuse null means no value. This title has no value means doesn't mean that it is null. Null is a different, no value is different. Okay. So if there is no value means you have to use like this. If it is null means you can use this particular thing to be null. So this was all about your assertion. So any test case you are writing, you have to mandatorily use assertion. Without assertion, there is no point of automating, because at the end I have to validate whether my expected and actual result are matching or not. Okay.